I played for a long time a happy life, but I played it. It was a mask.
Something bad has to happen?
Showing everyone, no, my marriage is very perfectly going well. In the inside, I was dying. So the suffering raised. And the more suffering and the pain was there, the more I was seeking for healing. Normally not if we would see the signs. I didn't.
Hello, everyone. Today I have Melissa with me, and we will jump into a bit psychology topics today. She's a hypnotherapist.
Thank
Hello.
you for the invitation. Hello, Funda.
I know you were a DJ before. I want to talk about the transition period a bit.
Yeah. So I was not only a DJ, but also I was working in a company, in a corporate job for 10 years as an assistant in sales. And then I questioned life, and life brought me to hypnotherapy and also energy reading and all this stuff. And I found myself doing subconscious reprogramming. And since then, like 8 years, I do this.
So 10 years ago, you had a whole different life compared to now. You were in Germany, you were working in a company, you were at the same time being a DJ.
Yes, exactly.
And now you live in Dubai being a hypnotherapist.
Yes.
What's the key event that would change your life and bring you here at this point?
So it was my divorce, 2019, my journey started. And I worked first on myself, and I was on a search of meaning of life. Why did this happen to me and everything? And the more I reprogrammed my subconscious, I realized life started to change. So the more my life started to change, I had this fire in me to teach others, to show others, and I learned it by myself. And last year, in October 2023, I also decided to completely quit my job, quit everything, and then move to Dubai. So I started a brand new life here. For 1 year, I'm here.
Divorce is something a lot of people go through, and it's maybe a part of life. Why did you see it as a big, like, life-changing bad event that would lead to you to question life? Because it's something that can happen. We can have we can change our minds, we can go apart differently than our partners and move on, right?
Yeah. I think it was the pain and suffering behind, which I was hiding, because I played for a long time a happy life, but I played it. It was a mask. So showing everyone, no, my marriage is very perfectly going well. In the inside, I was dying. And I also extended the divorce for like 2 years. I could have done it even before because the red flags, everything was obvious, but I was too proud. So the suffering raised, and the more suffering and the pain was there, the more I was seeking for healing.
Proud meaning, did it mean like failing?
Yes.
Divorce is failing.
Divorce is a
can feel like
failing.
failing to a lot of
How
people.
will I tell others? How will I tell my family? Everyone thought it's a beautiful life, an amazing life, but it was a lie. So how can I now tell them that it was not the truth?
Okay, and that they didn't see it coming, sort of, for you, right?
And I was afraid of judgment as well.
And it is just judgment come from our culture, where this is more like divorce is not as welcomed as in maybe in European culture.
Yes, exactly. But I see it also within my European friends that they are also like ashamed or not speaking out loud that things are not going well.
When you talk about the divorce was led you to seek for something, when people seek and find answers like you found now and feel more fulfilled, like I can see it in your eyes, does it have to be a big bad event that they have to go through for them to find something? We always have to become sick, or someone has to die, or divorce, or whatever it is. Something bad has to happen?
Normally not if we would see the signs. I didn't. The signs in 2017 were already obvious and clear, and it was not that heavy. So, but I didn't see it. A bad event gets you out of the comfort zone. I was so in my comfort zone. Why should I change? Everything is halfway going good. Why should I? But this bad events that happen in our life is just a sign from, let's say, the universe, as a sign to change our lives in a good way. But for this, there needs to be happen as something bad, because we live in duality. So there is good and bad, but it is just a perception of ours. Now, when you ask me, my divorce is the best thing that could happen to me.
Do you see these bad events as a part of the destiny, or what it should happen? Because you're saying divorces now I see as one of the best things that happened to me. So I understand that perspective. And sometimes I go there and I live in that reality. And sometimes There are really bad things happening, loved ones passing away, people are going through abuse and things like that. So, and those, maybe someone been to a sexual abuse and then went to therapy and then became a better person just because. So a lot of people can connect these dots and say, oh, thank God these things happened because I'm here. But then I feel like some things are not okay. I mean, okay, divorce is not the end of the world, we can say for that, but for some of the bad incidents that I don't think should happen in humanity in 2024, I don't want to look at it and say, oh, thank God it happened.
Yes,
I don't know
exactly.
if you see what I mean. So
Exactly.
sometimes I have that perspective on certain events, but I cannot generalize it for everything. Then it becomes in a point that we don't have power in everything, and everything happens to us and happens for a reason.
Some things are beyond our powers and some things are within our powers. I think there's a very thin line between karmic events, for example, like accidents, like huge ones, or death or whatever. And there are things, for example, like I believe, and I did a lot of research on that as well, like diseases and this stuff are not necessarily karmic. It can be if it's a very, very heavy one like cancer or maybe something like that. But I believe that we create it on our own through our minds. So through, for example, or even like past traumas, which are very, very heavy, or even in the family line, in the ancestral line, maybe there are so many burdens that this person carries, maybe not only their own burden, but also from the family line, something. So it is very important to heal it so that you don't live with it. Because I strongly believe that we can change our karma, our destiny. So it is, definitely don't believe it's fixed. But some events are, for example, maybe my divorce was karmic, but what do I do out of it? It is my choice. I have a free will. So it is not accepting, for example, oh, okay, I have a disease, I have to live with that. No, to accept and embrace the disease, but okay, what does it show me? How can I change it? Because our cells are so intelligent, our body is so intelligent, it can heal anything normally. It is possible. So it is very important that you like look on that perspective and look into your mind, your subconscious. What is there? What kind of hidden agenda is there which makes you feel sick, having a disease or whatever? This is like my point of view, let's say.
But yes, for sickness, I understand your perspective on things happening from outer world to you, like an accident. What's your take on those?
These kind of events happens because there has to be a change to happen. And for example, let's say a person lives a life, it's very monotone, it's all the same, all patterns, everything is the same. And like, let's say again, the universe, the higher power wants this person to change in any kind of way, to a higher good. What does happen? Either there is an accident or whatever. So yes, it is coming from a higher power when there is something big event happening. So it is not that you just create it on your own, but there is also effects from the outside, but normally for something better, not for something worse. It's not a punishment, but this is our perception. We put a meaning on it. Look, something bad happened, but maybe not. Maybe this life will change through that accident. I have people I've seen who had cancer and their life changed and they don't have cancer anymore and they live a completely different life because of this.
But it's also how you take those things that are happening to you. If you go
It's
into the
always, yes.
victim mode of, I don't want to say victim because I think everything has a process. You can even go to that mode and live in it. And it's like a grief. When something bad happens, you have to grieve for it for some time.
Yes,
To
this is
accept
very
it
important
and
psychologically.
acknowledge it. If you're in denial and act like everything is okay, still won't, nothing will work out. You won't get the lesson of it. If I look from that perspective, I won't be going back to acting, which I feel very fulfilled doing it. And everything I tried, Western medicine, Eastern medicine, alternative techniques, nothing helped as much as doing acting, because I was feeling like I felt like I was dying on the inside when I came to Dubai, because in Turkey I was doing a lot of things. I love Dubai, but I was like lost in business. I wasn't doing anything personal that will make me happy, that is not related to any income thing, you know, because in Dubai, when I came, we were like trying to build something with my brother. So it was, even though I had the time, but the anxiety of it wouldn't allow me to do anything. And I got lost in it. So I'm sure that helped getting sick, let's say. And after it, you understand the meaningless of everything that you're worried about when things like that happen. And then you really start focusing on what truly mattered to you before. For this perspective, I say, but for like really bad things happening to people, I was saying like sexual abuse and this and that, I cannot say, oh, thank God it happened and I learned this from that. Those things, I cannot put a name on it. I don't know why it happens. I don't know if it's destiny or something. If it's a karmic thing
Karmic
that
thing,
you
yeah.
have to go through to get rid of the karma. My belief on those things are a bit ambiguous. I'm just like more in a searching and listening and trying to understand, period, to be honest with you.
Yes, and maybe you don't need an answer like why did it happen, but maybe what was the purpose. There's a thin line again between the why, because the why is a questioning. Why did this happen? I don't understand, and so on. But this doesn't lead you to an answer. But when you see the purpose, how did it serve it to you? What was the purpose of this event? How did you improve, develop, change your mindset, or whatever? Something happens behind that to embrace it more.
I understand, but for example, I was going to hospital a lot when I got sick, and I would see kids having cancer in a 4-year-old, and you would say, what kind of bad thing they could have done for these kind, beautiful souls to go through this at the age that they should be playing, blah, blah, blah. They're in hospital like this, you know, then it just creates so many questions in my mind about life.
Yeah, but in spiritual teaching, it is always like said that, for example, these children also choose their soul plan like that to teach others.
Yeah,
So they
to their
choose
parents
it,
or whatever
and there
you're
is
saying.
like this is a very like high. There is a higher intelligence, and we judge it from a human perspective, and we're like, why? Look, this child is so innocent, and so on. But there is a higher power, and those souls, by the way, those children are more strong than you and me or anyone. They have a different perception. They have a different power. We have to see it that way. And coming back, for example, to your disease, is like you say, you started acting and so on, and it helped you, it gives you a healing. And maybe this is your sole purpose, this kind of acting, so that you embrace it and see it even as a friend and not, look, when we fight something, we make it grow. But if we embrace it, then it is like the energy changes and our perception on it will change as well.
If you look back to yourself 10 years ago, to that Melissa, what would you tell her?
Oh my God, a lot I would tell. But, this is so commonly said, like you worry for nothing normally. And that I like, don't create anything in your mind, because I was creating a lot in my mind. In the end, it didn't get through. It was not reality, but I was doing a lot of mind games to myself.
The unrealistic fears.
Unrealistic. What happens when this is happening? What happens when that? And the next day, and and so worries and
people
anxiety.
react better than you think, actually, when they listen you.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
The judgment in your head is heavier than how people judge you, probably.
We are our heaviest own judges. That's for sure. And I would tell her like not to judge and to heal her inner child. Like I would like if I would know what I know right now, and I could go back 10 years, then I would say first start healing your childhood and all your core beliefs of I'm not good enough, I don't deserve love, my father doesn't love me, and all this. If I would change it before, I could have really avoid a lot of mess in my life. Yeah.
Because when you say like, oh, don't think about it or don't create stories, it's something happening automatically also. When you're in that when you're in that mindset, you cannot, even though you know you're creating it, even though you know you shouldn't fear, like all these things, when you hear that, it just
Yes.
doesn't change like that.
We have to understand that our subconscious is so powerful. My teacher told something beautiful. It's like, imagine you're on an elephant and you want to guide this elephant through. It's not working. So slice the elephant and work on your subconscious. Subconscious reprogramming is the most important thing. Really, I want to say that it is really impossible to change your life without touching your subconscious, because there are so core beliefs, they are so deeply rooted, coming from the childhood since 0 age, and even like when we were in the womb of our mothers, it started already there. So it is so rooted. We have to transform it, heal it, and then change it. It is possible because I experience it. So this is why I'm so believing in it.
I mean, I'm having this conversation with my friends. Usually I'm proud of it. I've been in therapy maybe more than 5 years now. It helped me a lot. I've done a special technique called EMDR. We can talk about it later on, but it's really helped me. I tried different techniques. And when people are suffering and when we talk and when they start something, everybody's expecting miracles in 1 or 2 sessions in
Yes,
anything.
unfortunately.
And we're talking about a mindset that was set for 30 years, a lifestyle that is set for 30 years. It's not easy that someone will come and do something in 50 minutes and everything will change. It's really the elephant thing remind me of that, of really one day at a time, really saved my life. Because the expectation of anything I do was so high that it would really unsatisfy me, and I would expect big changes. I'm doing so much, why it's not changing? But it's really you have to look at the minor changes
Exactly.
and appreciate it, because you cannot go through mountains in a day. You have
Yes,
to take
it's
a
the
step at a
same. I
time.
always say it's like going to the gym as well. You cannot have muscles within one day. You have to work on it, but also to like honor yourself, give you the self-care and self-love, or not just doing the hard work, but doing it in balanced way and not exaggerating.
And even the blockages, or like we have kind of certain personalities, the places that we go when we feel weakest. And that will be, I came to an understanding in peace that will be always a place that I would fall to. Like guilt will be always my place that I would go, and it will be my first door whenever I feel low and bad or triggered. And I understood that through the things I do, it's not about them vanishing and becoming zero. It's about when I have the urge of going there, having the muscle of managing that feeling. But my urge of going there can always come time to time.
Beautifully said, exactly.
Because it's how I believe we all have a machine. It's how my machine works. The machine used to work like that. And I'm trying to intervene that machine and try to teach to go another way. But the machine can time to time lean to that, because we go through bad events daily, and one trigger comes with another. If it's the family, you're in the family environment for so long, then you feel like you're back again to the same place. Like these feelings go there, but it's about maybe before it would take months for you to get out of it. Now it can take few hours. Now it can take few days maximum. And it doesn't mean that you didn't change at all. You didn't transform at all. You did.
But you don't see it maybe properly.
You just have to come to be in peace that this will be always your first place to go. You know yourself and you know how to get out of it.
Exactly. I always say like healing journey is like a software update. We get all these pop-ups that you have to update your software, and this is what we do. We update it and we go to our highest version, our better version, step by step, but we want like the results directly, like if possible today. But there is nothing like that.
Because as much as I believe in these things, and almost against the unhuman way of dealing in social media, extra positivism.
Yes.
The pressure that puts on people as if you're not doing enough on yourself.
That's a point.
And then you have to like come to the point zero where you're a perfect human being in managing things.
Yes.
You will go back to your own roots, but you will get out of it faster. You'll feel better faster than before. So that's an accomplishment by itself. There's not like perfect human being that we have to look at.
Yeah, but in social media, it is shown like that,
Yeah.
Like you have this perfect lifestyles and everything, and you look at it and you start to compare. And this is the biggest mistake people do. Every human being is unique. Every soul is unique, and everyone has a different plan. Only because this person is doing that, I don't have to do the same. But it feels the society brings you there to put a mask on your face and then try to show a perfect life. Why? And this we didn't have it before.
Because there's maybe a selling part of it. Everybody is leaning on different techniques.
Yes.
And everybody talk about that technique is the perfect solution.
Yes,
and you like feel perfect and as if nothing happened, none of the traumas happened before. And really different techniques work for different people.
Yeah, it's like medicine. You cannot give aspirin to everyone or whatever. Like everyone gets a different medicine, and it's same with the tools. You have hypnotherapy, you have theta healing, you have other energetic works and NLP and EMDR, as you said. So like you have to choose the one for you. And this is like the struggle at the most. Which one do I choose?
And I have friends who gave up. That was upsetting to me, because it's just, even being diagnosed, it was, I think I needed to go through 6 doctors. And it was I think one of the biggest disappointments in my life, and that it put me in depression, because I thought medicine, Western medicine, is more like 2 plus 2 equal to 4 thing. You check the symptoms, you check the results, and then you would come to a conclusion. So I would go through, every doctor would say something else. And the medicines they would give me is medicines like steroids, right? It's changing your body, it's changing how you manage your anger, everything. So how these guys who worked all around the world, even there's an American from coming from US, they have like worked in different environments, come to a conclusion that I have a certain diagnosis. They couldn't. And even when you take antidepressants, the side effects says it can give you depression. The name antidepressant medicine can give you depression. So I was like going crazy in a world that I'm not diagnosed even. You put this aside, you go through therapy, psychotherapy. This is in literature. It's not energy related. It's more like grounded, let's say, in that sense. And you cannot just go to one therapist and say therapy doesn't work for me.
No, exactly. Yeah.
Even in doctors, you cannot find the right solution. How something like therapy, you can just think that the first therapist you go will be the best one, and people give up on these kind of things.
Thank you so much for saying this. Yeah. This is the biggest challenge. When clients come to me,
I went to a hypnotherapy, it didn't work.
Yes, exactly. And I say like, okay, did you try it with me? You know, and like trying to give them a chance, because they are also so disappointed. They have expectations as well. So this is very important. And hypnotherapy is one of the most powerful techniques. I hate to say this is the one. There is no the one, as you said. But this is one of the most powerful techniques, because it's also 5,000 years old. It's one of the oldest techniques, and also like even accepted through medicine. So it has also like you have medical hypnotherapy, for example. So it goes to the subconscious, it reprograms, goes to the root, and then cleans up everything. So it is very important to understand, to try.
While taking your daily decisions, by the way. So you have a spiritual side, and then, as I told you, I do have like spiritual friends around me, but when it feels like too much up in the air, I cannot relate to extreme positive.
Yes.
Oh, everything just needs to be happen. So that kind of world,
it's not
I cannot
authentic
survive.
anymore, right?
I don't feel authentic. True, I don't feel authentic. So where is that the thing? There's a thin line, I think, between being grounded and like working on yourself, or like being spiritual, intuition. Where is the thin line? Like how much on your life can depend on the one side, and there's mind, logic, the decisions you have to take. You have certain expenses and life.
Yes, exactly. So the basis of everything you said is the mind. It is like the center is normally our soul, let's say. This is the spiritual part. Then we have the cover of our mind, which guides us, leads us, and so on. And then we have an additional element, which is the subconscious. So let's say we have 3 main elements. And our body is our temple, our car, let's say, where we go through life. So when we just take these 3 elements, the thin line is the balance between those, that because the mind rules like how we pay our expenses and everything, like ruling through life. But we have also an intuition, we have a soul. So also our intuition, our gut feeling knows everything normally. So it is like when we follow our gut feeling and intuition, we have a better steering, we drive better through life. But if our mind connected with the subconscious rules our life, we mess up mostly. We take wrong decisions and everything. So when you look at this thin line, you have to balance it between this spiritual part of ours and this subconscious thing, and not to exaggerate. For example, don't meditate for hours. Start with 5-minute meditation if you're in a beginner's class, let's say, in this life. So just maybe 5 minutes, 10 minutes, you start to meditate. Maybe you start with essential oils a little bit. But some people jump into that completely and they forget their responsibilities, their routine and everything. And they close up, they shut down. They even don't talk to friends anymore who don't speak spiritual, and this is not the right way. But I think people have to experience this as well. this both parts, to be like exaggerating spirituality, and they then come back, they ground themselves, then they are not spiritual at all, and then they experience the grounded part, and then
I think that's a personality thing.
yes, they
Those people,
find the
maybe
middle.
whatever they do, they always go to extreme and
Yes.
focus on one thing
Yes.
and forget all the other things they've been doing up
Yeah.
until that time.
Yes, exactly.
Why did you decide to come to Dubai, by the way? You can do hypnotherapy in Turkey. You can do it in Germany. Why Dubai?
Let's say I got a call. I had this intuition to come to Dubai. I was in Dubai the first time, 2022 in October. And we had a full moon and also a solar eclipse at that time when I was in Dubai. And I made a wish. I told, like, dear universe, if it's meant to be to come here, and I love it and it's very beautiful, give me a sign and guide me to Dubai. Make me come here. It was just a prayer, a wish, a manifestation, how you call it, because I loved the vibes, the energy, and the consciousness level. And I resonated with Dubai because in Germany I didn't have it, and also in Turkey. Dubai resonates with my mindset, with my spirituality, but also with my grounded part. So here I feel balance. I don't have this extreme here. And I got the signs, and exactly after 1 year, I found myself in Dubai. So I manifested it indirectly, and it came true. That it was a call.
How are you enjoying it?
I enjoyed a lot because of the opportunities I have here, and also because of the ease. And there is no fear here. There is a lot of stress, anxiety, and people push each other. There is also a fake life for sure. But I always say it is from which angle you look into life. Like, for me, Dubai is beautiful. But if you ask someone negative, maybe they would start complain. Everything is fake. I don't like it here. You don't have any nature and blah, blah. But if you, like, depending on who you ask, and in that case, it's me, it's beautiful. It gives opportunities. And I found here beautiful friendships, souls, for example, like you. And like this from heart to heart. I have it here more than even in Germany and even in Turkey, because here is this ease. There is a different energy, and I like it.
Saying that, I reminded me our conversation a year ago. I was saying dating life here is horrible. And you said it's your perspective on it. I was like, no, I've been here for 7 years. I know, blah, blah, blah. And then
You remember?
yeah, there was like one day you were at our place. We were meditating. No, I think we manifested because it was one of the special days that it's more powerful. And then 2-3 weeks after, I met my boyfriend, I met him here.
Yeah,
and
yes, exactly.
And so maybe you were right. I'm not sure still, but maybe you were right.
Yeah, it's all its energy, and thoughts shape our reality. I love this word. What we think, it creates our reality. So whatever we think, it comes true. We fill the quantum field with this information. And depending on how I look to life, it comes back. It's just an answer. So whatever we experience in our life, it's an answer to our thoughts and energy. I think this is like...
Okay. One thing about that. I like that I try to manifest too. I'm like, you also kind of test it, you do, and you see like if it's working.
Yes.
There's a list that I've done. You told me to make a list of all the specifications, everything, details that you want. And it's really like, then I checked the list. It was matching. It was terrifying. Like I was in shock. But also, because always I go to guilt, when things are not working, and there are sometimes things that are not related to you. Maybe it's the place you're in, the focus you're at. Then you go into a place, I'm doing something wrong. I'm not manifesting it right, or I must be. Because with this mentality, then everything is coming from you. And that's something big to carry on human beings. This is also all in social media. You're all responsible of whatever happened to you.
Beautiful point.
I feel like it's a heavy thing to carry.
That's a beautiful thing that you say, and it's not about blaming, but it is just this. They are saying this to give you the awareness that you are co-creating with the universe and the divinity. But there's always a higher power also. So if the thing we are manifesting not for our good, or maybe we manifest it because we get affected through social media and whatever, but it will not make us happy. We manifest the wrong thing, it won't come. So the thing here is, the art here of manifestation is to put it into the field and then let it go, and not chasing it and not thinking, oh, why didn't it come? To be in acceptance that if it is not coming, that knowing that the higher power has a better plan. And this goes to trust. And when you trust, there is no guilt anymore. You cannot trust and feel guilty at the same time. Either you have this or that. And this is a jump, this is a game, and this is a learning phase. And the more you do, the more you learn.
So when it doesn't happen, what you're saying is what we believe that is good for us, that doesn't necessarily mean that is good for us.
Yes, because the higher power, let's say, knows the best for us. And also we have a soul plan. Let's say, for example, Dubai is the best for me and for the higher self and for the higher good. But I manifest to go to LA. But in LA, I would maybe struggle and so on. And I have it on my vision board, LA, I have to go there. I want to go, but it's not happening. So it is a point for me where I should sit and maybe leave the universe to give me a guidance. And you want to hear how I get to Dubai at all? Quickly. So it was 2022 in July in Germany, Frankfurt, in a bar with my girlfriend. We were sitting there. Before that, I never heard about Dubai, nothing. So we met there a guy, he just jumped in and we have a conversation. And he came from Dubai. And Dubai this, Dubai that, if we would be in Dubai, Dubai, Dubai. He was like really promoting Dubai all the time. And then I got curious and I said, oh, I think I have to go to Dubai and it's a sign. I took it. So like when you follow the signs, then you manifest easier and you don't persist on the one thing. Because my dream was to go to the US indeed, but it was not meant to be. So I don't hold on to things.
Again, I will come back with a warning. There's a thin line with following signs, and then some people are making meaning out of everything.
Thank you. Beautiful.
Oh, this happened to me.
Yes.
It means meant to be. I didn't mean to go there. I took that sign of...
I love it. Yes, beautiful point again. I love it because there is also subconscious sabotage. This is another topic at all. We could talk for hours. But there is, again, a thin line.
Self-sabotage.
Self-sabotage. And you think it's a sign, but it's not.
Yeah.
Oh my God, in my, when
I hear the person and I'm saying, darling, that's not because of that, because you just really don't want to change.
Exactly.
That's not, it's not like that is not meant to be, or like, you just don't want to work on it, you know.
Yes, spot on. And people have to work on that because so many people follow the wrong signs and go to a wrong life, which it's not meant to be normally. And then the universe starts to correct it and then they go against it. And there is a conflict all the time, interest conflict. The conflict between your true manifestation and the conflict between about your subconscious, the manipulation.
Do you believe every person comes with a purpose? Like, I have to find my purpose. I have a purpose in life, kind of a thing.
I believe that everyone has a soul plan, a purpose, but it's not, again, the pressure of finding a purpose, but just like, this just be. Maybe this is the purpose, to just be and not to try to, I have to be this or that and whatever, but to be in the flow. And this is also, again, an art to find here the middle. It's always about the middle.
Balance.
Balance. The universe is created on balance. You have equally pluses like minuses, and everything, if you are in the middle, then everything is perfect. So don't make yourself crazy to find a purpose, but I believe strongly, yes, you have a soul plan, a soul purpose, and just ask. Guide me, show me the signs. What is my life purpose? With ease. What is it? And then you will get the answers in any kind of way.
Does working on yourself end?
I believe at one point, yes. I believe at one point, no. It gets easier and easier. I still, for example, I worked like 4 years on myself. Maybe I got myself 40, 50 sessions, but I heavily changed, really like 180 degrees. I today have challenges, but I will give you an example. For example, you prepare for an exam and there are students, they don't prepare for it and so on, they get a bad result. And there are students who learn very well, who just teach themselves and so on, they get good results. So the exam is the same, but how do you prepare on that? So you can pass the exam easily with tak, 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 and you even enjoy it, or you go through it heavily. So this is the thing. Either heavy way or the easy way. And there again, it's the subconscious sabotage, which way you choose.
But for example, you're at the age of 50, 45, a very close one passes away. and that opens a whole new door for your life, and it's a whole different life for you now. Then you have to work on yourself again, maybe, because I believe life is changing constantly, and there's so much things happening out of our power as well.
Yes.
And
yes.
we have to do things to adjust it, or like things go to different directions.
Yeah.
And then you transform unintentionally.
Yeah. And at that point, spirituality steps in. Why? Because when we raise our consciousness, our awareness, and see it, the bigger picture here, and not just this life, but maybe the bigger one, to understand that even death is different, like our perception to death, this person is lost, it's gone. So for sure we miss this person and we need to heal it, and it will open new doors. But the more we worked up front on ourselves, I think I won't say easy, because death is never ever easy, and I don't dare to say it would be, but probably the process will be maybe shorter. The digestion is different. Maybe not 1 year, but maybe 30 days.
Yeah. I mean, I even thought of it would bring tears into our eyes. It's just,
I worked with,
for some people, for our closest ones, it's really hard to think.
Yeah. I had like some mothers who lost their child when they were 18 or whatever. This was my heaviest sessions, to be honest. Like, okay,
how do you hold on to life after such thing? Yeah.
You do when you teach them how to connect to the gone spirit, let's say, because they're not gone. They are still there, because I do this energetic reading, and I tell them like how to, like it's like medicine for the heart more, and to accept it and not to stay in this grief. Mourning and grieving is very important, a phase, but not a lifetime. And to overcome it, it's very important, and it's possible. Okay. Not easy, definitely not, but it's possible.
What is one thing that you would recommend to people do daily, a small thing that will ease their day or balance themselves? Is there anything?
Yeah. So, for example, I love the fire breath. It is called.
Okay.
Like to breathe very fast like this.
Okay.
To pump yourself with energy and power, and also you get a lot of oxygen through your nose into your bloodstream, and it will raise us maximum 3 minutes.
So you will do it for 3 minutes, or you breathe in and out?
No, it's a fire breath. So
you breathe in from your nose and out from your nose?
Yes, all the time from your nose. But for people for whom it's heavy, they can also do it only like 1 minute. It's no problem, but it energizes the body. And additionally, for sure, meditation. And I didn't meditate. People told me to meditate. Oh, why should I meditate? Makes no sense.
I'm saying every day I will do, and then I do once a month.
So don't take it serious enough.
Bravo, I do it, and then another month goes by. I'm like,
it's like going to the gym. It's the same.
Yeah.
It is training the mind, the brain. Meditation. It has even scientific results.
I know.
It is meditation is not
meditation
something.
Is not.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even say it's spiritually per se, because it's really closing the tabs in your subconscious to be able to focus on things even solely.
Exactly.
It's so powerful. Okay, Melissa, I really enjoyed our conversation.
Me too. Thank you
so much.
really.
Thank you for coming.
Thanks.